What's going on, everyone? There is a theory that Gale Weathers has always been involved in regards to the Ghostface killings. Not in the sense of being Ghostface or a mastermind, but just having the knowledge of what's going on sort of behind the scenes. And I want to dive into this theory a little more, present some evidence, and have a discussion with you all per usual. So make sure you join it down in the comments below. Before we jump into it, be sure to like this video. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. Stay up to date with all things Scream. Join this wonderful community in all of our discussions. So, to start off with this theory, the idea dates back to the original Scream, that she had a sort of agreement and understanding with Billy and Stu. And the evidence is that she was the only one that really knew what was going on with Cotton, that Cotton was framed. You know, no, everyone pretty much wrote Cotton off as this killer of being the one to kill Maureen, except for Gale Weathers. She was the one to always be at the first scene. She was the one that was reporting all of this information that no one really seemed to know about, that the evidence just kind of was mounting. And she had this whole agreement with Billy and Stu, and people, the first question that comes to mind is, well, then why did they try to kill her? Well, if you think back to the original Scream, she made the first move. She was essentially not even bothered with. They never even attacked her. They didn't do anything. And the idea is that she would have reported them as the sort of heroes, that she would have reported Billy and Stu as the sole survivors of this attack, to kind of add that layer of believability to their motive. Essentially, their you know, we were a victim, we're not the ghost face. And Gale would have played a major part, so that's why they decided to work together. But then once Gale decided to pull the gun, you know, and said, I got a headline for you all, that made her, that essentially voided that contract and made her now a victim to Billy and Stu, and thus that's what happened. But there's also that, a good example is Randy. Randy called it point blank in Scream 2. You know, he says she's a reporter. They staged the news, and you know, Dewey's like, Gale's not a killer, and he's like, you know, I know you got some love for her. And so Randy has knowingly called pretty much every ghost face that there is, and it's just ironic that Gale is one of the first people that that he threw out there as a potential sort of ghost face for Scream 2. The other thing is that she's always been involved. She's always been the one to solve these crimes. And it would make sense that she'd be able to solve these crimes because she knows what the outcome is. She knows who it is. She knows what the end result is. And she always waits until it all plays out and sort of finishes itself. And thus you get this sort of ending, you know? You get the, oh, I'm the victim type thing. I mean, even in Scream 2, now, obviously, you get the phone call. Who answers it? Randy. And the whole thing is like, well, that was the call for Gale. Was it though? I mean, if Gale was an accomplice and Gale was somebody that knew the entire time what was going on, it's very likely that she didn't answer the phone call because she knew that that call was Mrs. Loomis, and that the person she was talking to the entire time was Mrs. Loomis, and that they were playing it off and hyping it up, and then she slams the phone down, and then Randy picks it up, and now he's the victim. So that's another piece of evidence. Not just that, but she has the most to gain out of anybody as far as these killings go. And the one time that you have this sort of hiatus in the killings is Scream 4. And what happened? She essentially lost her career. She didn't have anything any farther. And in Scream 4, she's trying to rejuvenate her career. And she's, you know, typing on the keyboard, I have no effing idea. And that's because she's no longer a part of this original trilogy. That she knew who Roman was. That she knew who all of these key pieces were. And that she always was involved. She was always there. Look at Scream 2 again. She's the first reporter on the scene when this happens. Obviously, of course, it's part of her career. It's, you know, she's big time. She is the Gale Weather. She is the, you know, the big box office reporter in the Scream franchise. But still, she's at every scene right at the right time. Okay, more evidence. At the end of Scream 2, when the big climax and everything happens, Gale walks in, with the gun pointed to her, but she never attacks her. Like, she never does anything. She's not the one that shoots Gale. She shoots Mickey, and then Mickey shoots Gale, and then Mrs. Loomis is like, well, all well, two birds, one stone, And Gale, why would Mrs. Loomis, if she caught Gale off guard like that, and she wants to kill these three, like, she wants the revenge, she wants, Billy, or she wants Billy's, name to mean something again, and that, she's upset that Sydney is the cause of this, and Sydney's family, and so she's actively trying to kill these three, right? Well, then why would she drag her gunpoint all the way to where Sydney is, and then do this whole thing? No, like, you would think she would have just killed her. That she had her in a position by surprise. It obviously was in an area where people didn't see her, because otherwise, you would assume somebody would have followed her. Yet she guides Gale all the way to the stage where all this unfolds. Why not just kill her then and there? Catch her off guard, boom, it's over, and then you go and get Sydney. I mean, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? And there's all these little pieces of evidence that point to Gale having at least have known what has been going on all this time behind the scenes. And it's a theory that I think is believable. Now, will they go that direction in Scream 5? Probably not. But much like the Dewey theory, which I am a fan of, Gale makes a ton of sense. Another last little sort of key point outside of the film is Courtney has said that she would love to be Ghostface. That would be one of her, like, ideal roles, is to be a sort of mastermind behind the scenes. Yes, it was an interview several years ago now, a long time ago, that was just in passing. They asked the question of what would you like to see your character be? Something along those lines. I don't remember the exact question, but something along the lines of, in Scream, what direction would you want your character to go? What would you like to see? And the rumor, or what she said, was Gale Weathers to be Ghostface. Like, she would love to see her character be a Ghostface behind the scenes. And there were even theories back in Scream 3, I believe it was, that was going to have Gale sort of linked to that. But that was something that was never confirmed or denied, really. But it was just a rumor that was going back at that time. Granted, probably came from that interview. So, but again, there's a ton of other information and pieces. There's probably some that I left off on this. Again, I just have my little notes, and I'm just kind of going off of bullet points and just presenting some interesting information for you all. But if there's anything that you think of that I didn't mention in this video, please let me know down in the comments below. Let me know what you think overall about this idea, and if you could see her being that Ghostface. I mean, like Randy put it, she's vicious enough to be a killer, which she is. And she's always had that sort of tension with Sydney. You know what I mean? Like, she's always kind of been this thing. It would even add sense to Scream 4 as to why her and Judy had this tension, especially if she knows that Judy is the Ghostface, which many people believe she will be revealed in Scream 5. So if Gale knows, like, hey, you better watch it, like, I know who you really are, well, then now there's that adds to that level of tension. It's just an interesting theory that I figured deserved a video that we could share and talk about. Gale is extremely underrated as a character per general, and it's something I'll probably make a video on that as well, because it deserves it. She's an iconic, great character, and this could very well be her last showing. I mean, she wanted to be killed off in Scream 4, so it's possible that maybe they give her wish in Scream 5. But anyway, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like this video. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. Stay up to date with all things Scream. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.